Crypto presents exciting new opportunities for the investment-minded, but it's also volatile and accelerating in complexity. That's why we created Token Metrics, an intelligent crypto platform backed by an industry-leading combination of data, AI, and media that feeds optimized portfolios to crypto investors. Featuring Token Metrics ratings to help you find the best investment opportunities in real time, an indices page that showcases various model portfolios, and deep insights into price predictions and technical analysis. A dedicated NFT dashboard that evaluates NFT collections and assets by our machine learning algorithm to find the most profitable and secure NFTs across all available blockchains. Plus, with access to Token Metrics TV, monitor 24/7 exclusive crypto news and analysis. Whether you're a first-time trader or a seasoned crypto investor, you can stay informed and in control, backed by your all-in-one crypto companion, Token Metrics. Take control of crypto today at tokenmetrics.com.
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo.
All right. Happy Friday. Happy Good Friday.
Pictures with the zoom and the...
Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Token Metrics Live. We have quite the show for you. The Mentimeter is back. Mentimeter is back. If you want to ask your questions towards the end for the AMA, please go to menti.com, menti.com. Use the code 12798056. That's 12798056. All right. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We are back. We're here on Good Friday, looking for the next 100x. All right, so first on the stream, we have BK Crypto. What's up? Brooklyn in the house. What's up, Vida Zavani? HP Supreme. Yeah, New York, definitely hit the like button. Easy SR, what's up? Good to have you here. Marcus, Suresh. All right, yeah, it's going well. Here in Austin, it's a rainy day, but we're here trying to make it rain in crypto. So definitely thanks for tuning in. All right, so let me pull up the Mentimeter. So there we go. So in today's show, we'll be covering top coins of the week based on what's trending out there. And I'll give you my take on what I think on the top coins of the week. Then we'll go through and cover Bitcoin NFTs. Are you bullish on Bitcoin NFTs, ordinals, inscriptions, all that jazz? Do you think this is the future? Is there money to be made in Bitcoin NFTs? We'll go through that, and then we'll take your questions via the AMA. All right, so let me actually I forgot to do a few quick announcements. So by the way, if you want to ask questions, just go here, put in this code, or just scan this QR code. Want to make sure there's as much engagement as possible. So definitely ask any question you have. And by the way, we do have our Token Metrics data API. It's out there. Just go to tokenmetrics.com. You get access to our data and analytics signals ratings via an API. We already had actually somebody that has built on top of the data API, which is great. It's currently in beta, and we want to get as much input and feedback from all of you in terms of how we can make this an even better product. So if you've ever wanted to build your own trading bot, build your own whatever using your own data, you can go to tokenmetrics.com and access the data API. Okay, all right. So first up, let's cover what's happening with Bitcoin. Let's cover what's happening with Ethereum, and then we'll cover what's happening with altcoins. All right, so first up, let's go for a quick market update. So I always like to begin with the market page on Token Metrics. All right, so we're still in a bearish market. Even though it's been climbing in terms of total crypto market cap, we're still in a bearish environment. But the bull and bear gauge has been shifting. We're now past over 60, so we're now in the green zone, in the bullish zone, but we're not in a full-on bull market. I would call that once it goes over 80. But the key thing to notice is Bitcoin is making all the money. Most of the returns are happening in Bitcoin. So if you see Bitcoin versus altcoin season, most of the money is in Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin has almost doubled in price, gone from about 50K to almost 30K. It's currently now at 28K or so. So people are gravitating to hedge. They're leaving the fiat system to go into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is king. Now, I really say that, but right now, Bitcoin is king. Like even our fund has some Bitcoin now. right? I think now is one of the times to be in Bitcoin, not so much in alts. But if you are in altcoins, what would you be in? So looking at this, the top sector at the moment are L1s, layer ones. Layer ones have been moving. Icon, a 2017 project, has been moving due to the whole Korean narrative, and I think they have some new changes coming up. But L1s have been moving. But you have Bitcoin, you have Ethereum, you had Algorand, you had Solana. Most of the capital is if it's not in Bitcoin, it's flowing to layer one protocols. That's where the value is right now. So if you're going to be trading anything at the moment, I would be looking at L1s. I see here even Casper is moving. All right, so that's the take on the market. But let's go to BTC and see how Bitcoin is moving. All right, so investor grade for Bitcoin is not the best at the moment, but trader grade is almost to 80%. It's dipped slightly below, but if we see here, our signals have been bullish on Bitcoin since March 16th. So kind of going back to the whole premise, Bitcoin is where most people are putting capital in. Now, if we wanted to predict where we think Bitcoin is going, let's look at our models. So our AI is saying, basically in the next 1 week, Bitcoin would basically be flat. So April 14th, we're predicting 26,000 Bitcoin. So basically, it's kind of just going flat. So kind of worth to keep that in mind. Now, this also gives you a range in terms of where else this could go. But basically, Bitcoin is going to be going flat. Now, if we segue over to Ethereum, let's see what the prediction is for Ethereum. Ethereum is currently at 1850. Our signals turned bullish on March 17th. So a few days, so slightly after Bitcoin. And this signal has alpha, but let's look at the actual price prediction and see in 1 week, where do we think Ethereum will be? So it's also going to be going flat, 1793. So basically 1800. So not much is going to happen in the next week or so is what our models are predicting. Now, with that being said, though, looking at the actual price, our prediction has always been more conservative versus the actual price, which I think is good. Kind of gives you a good buffer zone, right? So basically, Ethereum is going to be exactly where it's at. All right. So how can I get Tokenmetrics for free? Good question. Tokenmetrics has a 1 week free trial, 7 days free. Just go to tokenmetrics.com, sign up, easy to try. It helps to have research that can help you make money in crypto. And that's why Tokenmetrics was created. It's basically AI and crypto signals, ratings, and all that jazz. Okay, so that's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum. Now let me actually segue to a few other tokens I want to cover, because I know lots of people are talking about XRP. Where's XRP going with the whole SEC lawsuit? Our models are still bullish on XRP. It is still over 80% in terms of trader grade. Turned bullish on March 18th. Now this signal is okay. 1 is good for Sortino ratio. 2 is great in terms of how much alpha there is. If we had to look at the actual price prediction for XRP, it's actually not. So it's currently, it was predicting basically it being at almost 50 cents. And the next week or so, it's predicting about 48 cents XRP. So not much in terms of movement of where XRP is going. If we go to, actually, I don't want to, this was actually part of the, where's my Mentimeter? Just give me 1 second. Let's go back to this. Okay, so prior to going to XRP, I want to go and get everybody's input, right? So what do you think is a coin of the week? So we have 6 coins we're looking at. So go to menti.com, menti.com, use the code 12798056. And the options are Polkadot, XRP, Algorand, Gala, Arbitrum, and Cardano. These are the projects that have been trending in the community. So we would like you to tell us what you think is a coin of the week for next week. So what coin would you trade? This is not a long-term investment. What would you trade next week? What would you hold for the whole week? So these are the options. Go to menti.com. Tell us what you think. Okay, so going back to what I was covering earlier. So we have XRP with a trading rate over 80 and price prediction basically 48 cents. So basically it's going to go down by 2 cents as a prediction, not much. But I do like that the trading rate is over 80. If we go to Algorand, trader grade is under 60%, but it has switched a lot. Trader grade is up over 50%. That's a huge swing. So there's a possible reversal happening in Algorand. That's what that tells me. And looking at the signal, not much alpha, honestly, in this signal. But if we go to the price prediction, now let's see where this could be. So currently at 21 cents. So basically, it's going to be at 21 cents still. So it seems like the market is going flat with most of these predictions. Solana. Okay, trader grade very, very low. But the pre-order for the Saga phone is available now. I think it closes the 13th, because I got the email for the pre-order. I'm actually thinking of buying the phone, not right now, but maybe sometime in the future. I want to first see how it's received, if there are any hiccups. I don't want to be the first guinea pig, because it is an expensive phone. It's like $1,000 for a crypto phone. But price prediction for Solana by end of the week is $19, basically 80 cents. So slightly going down. If we go to Polkadot, trader grade is rising up at 76%. Now, if we go to price prediction, almost all of these have bullish trading signals. So price prediction, we've got $6.16 to $6.07. So this is also going down. If we go to, actually not Filecoin, if we go to Cardano is 75%. So it's also trending upwards. Bullish trend indicator, price prediction for Cardano, we're going from 38 cents to 36 cents. So all of these are basically going down. If we go to Gala is under 30%, slightly up, still bearish, which is interesting. And price prediction, so all these are basically going flat, not much in terms of price prediction. Okay, so I forgot to do, we said Arbitrum. Arbitrum is relatively new, so we can't really cover it because we don't have enough price action data. So if we go here, because we typically, I guess we do have some data here now. Yeah, but we can't really give a signal. But in price prediction, we can't really do anything because we need 100 days worth of price action to be able to give some kind of analysis. All right, but looking at all these, right? So which ones would I be trading in the next week? This is over 80. So XRP, check. Algorand, I'll be watching this up until next week because there's a big reversal. So something is happening. There's a big movement. So I would keep that. Solana, they have their phone, but I don't think the price action has begun moving yet. So I would hold off on Sol. So let's close that. Polkadot is trending upwards. I would keep Polkadot. Arbitrum, I think people are still taking profits on the airdrop, so I would get out of that. Well, not get out of it, but I would not be trading it. Cardano is trending upwards, so that's good. Gala, I would take out. So basically, this leaves us with Cardano, Polkadot, Algorand, and XRP. All right, so now going back to tokenomics, so which one would I choose to trade? So looking at this, right, so over 80, bullish signal. So tenor is decent. So XRP, I would keep. Algorand, going to the chart over here. So even though it's not fully bullish yet, and this is still bearish. So this I would hold off, but I would be watching it. All right, so that leaves us with Polkadot, 76% trending upwards, which is good. Going to the price chart over here, looking at the signal. This recently turned bullish, which is good, on April 3rd. and a 2 Sortino ratio. This is very, very good. This is great, actually, right? So this is better. It means that this signal has alpha. So it's not about the accuracy, because you can be wrong if you can fix being wrong very, very quickly, right? So in 11 trades following this signal, you would have had a great Sortino ratio, max drawdown under 60%, and made this ROI in this time frame versus just holding this. So this would have saved you a lot of money. This is why we like this signal here. Okay, so Polkadot is looking very, very good. Cardano, if we go to the trends indicator, let's take a look. All right, so this also turned bullish. We got what, March 27th? Also a very good Sortino ratio. A great ROI with this, over 19 trades. All right, so now this is not 80, but I think, so we got Cardano and Polkadot. XRP, unfortunately, Sortino ratio is not that high, so I would close out of that. Now let me actually see if we can use the token metrics trading view indicator to break the tie and see what's going to be a better trade for this. This is available to all of our customers, and it's also sold separately. Basically, you just go in here, and actually, looks like I already have it here for Polkadot. So let me just make sure this is configured correctly. So we have this on long-term strategy, daily. Okay, yeah. So basically, quick overview on this. When it's green, it's bullish. When it's red cloud, it's bearish. And then when it's long, it gives you the long signal. And when it goes short, basically take profit, so go short, it tells you to short, right? So in this case, you close the short here, went long here, close the long here. So it's not long at the moment. So right now it's actually bearish on here. And this has a pretty good profit factor. This kind of shows you. So the way this works is this looks purely at just the trading view data, but using our framework. So I want to compare this. This is highly accurate with the profit factor of 4. Let's compare this to, what was the other token we're looking at? Cardano. Okay, so if we just put in ADA, let's do ADA on Binance. So also a good profit factor here. Okay, all right. So over here, it started turning green. So it's not, although it closed the long back here, it hasn't gone long here with the signal. But the fact that it's green means that something is happening. So this is bullish for Cardano. So bullish for Cardano. Let me just go back to DOT. We had DOT USDT on Binance. Yeah, so over here it's bearish. So what that tells me is Polkadot 76, Cardano 75. Cardano is trending upwards. So is DOT, but tiebreaker goes to Cardano. So if I had to pick a token to trade next week based on using the token metrics platform, obviously not financial advice, Cardano looks like there's something brewing over there, just kind of based on everything. But this is how we actually use the platform. So let's see what the audience has voted on. Okay, so the audience, wow, Cardano is last. That's a surprise. I thought that the Cardano army would come out. So the audience has chosen Polkadot. So let us know why you chose Polkadot. So there was Polkadot, Arbitrum, Algorand, XRP, Gala, and Cardano. So let us know what you think. Let me just check the comments here. Called it. All right, so very, very interesting. All right, so let's now move on to question of the day. Let us know, are you bullish on Bitcoin NFTs? Bitcoin NFTs have been trending. Let us know what you think. I read this great tweet on Twitter, the Twitter thread, basically from Jameson Ma. And for those who don't know, this is kind of like what the Bitcoin NFT ecosystem looks like. Right? So you basically have Bitcoin NFTs, and you have ordinal theory, which is comprised of ordinal inscriptions and ordinals. Then you have layer twos, so like stacks, formerly block stack, and counterparty. Then you have stamps. So this whole ecosystem has been basically trending up in the last, I would say, this year, and it's made Bitcoin a lot more wanted. A lot more people are now finding ways to make Bitcoin fungible and non-fungible, which I think is pretty interesting. Because if you look at the whole space, right, you now have like inscription sales that are being bought at huge prices, right? So this is from Galaxy Research. These are the top 5 inscription sales. So you have basically ordinal punks that was sold for over $273,000. This was back in Feb of this year. And you have basically ordinal rocks sold for over $213,000. So people are basically taking CryptoPunks and the Ether rocks and making them on Bitcoin NFTs. And you're probably wondering, why are Bitcoin NFTs trending? One, because Bitcoin is the most secure blockchain out there. The first blockchain, the most innovative early on, right? That founded the whole crypto space. If you can now inscribe NFTs directly into Bitcoin data, that makes it pretty immutable. And now technology has changed to a point where it's easier to do all this, right? So that's why all this is changing. Because let me see if I can actually pull up a good chart on this. But all this is happening because you had the innovations of Taproot, right, which removed the data limit entirely from within one block. Then you had SegWit with Bitcoin, right, which allowed for more than 3 megabytes of witness data. So basically, it made it easier to and less expensive to store metadata and in the Bitcoin blockchain. So as a result of all this, now people are able to add metadata to store NFTs on chain inside the Bitcoin blockchain. And now people have created tools to be able to read this data. So let me just scroll through here real quick. So in terms of the different marketplaces out there, what's available? Right. So this shows you the volume by marketplace over time. So you basically have Ordinals markets. You have Magic Eden recently added Bitcoin NFTs. You have Gamma, OpenOrdex, Ordinals Wallet, and OrdSwap. So Magic Eden is now trending. Lots of you probably know of Magic Eden. They're known for being a pretty big marketplace for Solana, Polygon, and Ethereum, and now they've added Bitcoin, right? So definitely worth keeping an eye on this. There's actually a dashboard I was pulling up here. This is the current trading volume in terms of ordinals. All right, this is from Domo Data on June, but we have about 18.7 million in trading volume, with about 50,000 trades being made amongst 18,000 users, unique users. So it's not quite like the Ethereum NFT marketplace and ecosystem, but it is trending upwards, and there have been large sales. So I think it is worth noting and keeping an eye on this. Then you have basically other layer 2 blockchains like Stack, which is basically an L2, a smart contract layer 2 built on Bitcoin, being secured by Bitcoin, that also has an NFT marketplaces. But the interesting note people were basically saying is that once Bitcoin NFTs took off, capital and people are leaving Stacks and going onto Bitcoin NFTs because Bitcoin is Bitcoin. But definitely worth looking into this chart and just kind of seeing how this space is growing, right? But you see, this is going up. So I think people are now being forced to pay attention. And then you have big projects like DeGods creating their own Bitcoin NFTs. You had Yuga Labs creating their own Bitcoin NFTs. So this is becoming a real thing. And I think this is one of the reasons why Bitcoin is going up. And going back to the market page that I mentioned earlier about this being Bitcoin season, Bitcoin is now becoming more and more scarce, right? So we mentioned earlier, right? We're currently in Bitcoin season over altcoin season. And I think this is one of the factors. This is one of the big narratives that has caused Bitcoin to rise. You obviously have other narratives, such as the economy, the macro, banks collapsing, all this other stuff. But I think adding on Bitcoin NFTs And then when you add on, we're less than 1 year away from the Bitcoin halving, all this starts to make sense. So right now, as we mentioned last week, we're in Bitcoin accumulation zone. So between now and next halving, I think is when is the opportunity to accumulate before the next rally and having generational wealth. So that's kind of my take on Bitcoin and Bitcoin NFTs. But let's go back to over here, and looks like it's a tie. Looks like people are bullish. I would say first is yes. Actually, I'm sorry, not a tie. First is yes. Second is not sure, and nobody said no. So nobody said they're not bullish. Okay, very, very interesting. Crypto Gamer says Bitcoin Punks has a stronger community. Michael Bard says, what do you think of the difference between ordinal punks versus Bitcoin punks? Ordinal punks? I mean, I haven't looked at the difference between the two, but let me just exit out of this real quick. If I can kind of go back. So this is a great thread. Actually, I'm able to post. Okay, actually, I can't post on here, but I would just search for this on Twitter. It's a great breakdown on the whole space in terms of what all this means. Because even me myself, I'm pretty brand new to Bitcoin NFTs. I haven't purchased any Bitcoin NFTs, but I'm thinking about it, the way things are going. But let me go back to a good chart here. And so where was this? Because you kind of have all these different theories, and now people are trying to figure out what's going to win out, right? So all this is happening in real time, right? So ordinal theory prescribes a serial number to every Satoshi in existence based on the order it was mined, right? So if you subscribe to this regime, you might value formerly fungible Satoshis differently now, right? While ordinal theory actually proposes a rarity system. It's quite interesting, but definitely worth reading all this. If anybody who's curious about just how the whole Bitcoin and NFT market is happening. And then you have inscriptions. So this is basically with arbitrary metadata. But anyway, I'm not going to delve too deep into that. Okay, so let's now segue to the next section. All right, so time for the AMA. All right, so first question, what is your opinion on Flow? NBA Top Shot losing users, but still a huge project. Ecosystem seems on the rise, but nothing huge yet. Very good question. So first thing, yeah, Flow has kind of died off, unfortunately. Great technology, but I think it's very centralized. I know they are being sued. They're going through a class action lawsuit for NBA Top Shot, and I think some people saying they lost money on it. It's a security. Looking at this, investor grade can definitely be better. Technology is good, but valuation is very, very high. Fundamentals can get better. Would I trade this currently? Right now, no, it's at 98 cents. Signal is still bearish. Not much alpha on this signal, although it is better than holding it, but it's not much alpha on there. So honestly, right now, I would not be really in Flow. Actually, let me see if we can check on-chain data on Flow. Actually, maybe the Crypto Slam. Because this is blockchains by NFT sales volume in the last 24 hours. Let's actually change this to, let's do last 30 days. So as we see here, Flow is ranked 8th. Right? So sales are down 28%. Arbitrum has a lot more NFT sales than Flow. That's pretty surprising, honestly. I mean, so Flow used to be like up here, right? But now you have so much competition. You have Ethereum, of course. Then you got Solana, Polygon, Cardano. Wow, this is a surprise. I had no idea Cardano and NFTs were doing this well. This is actually something worth looking into. BNB, Immutable X, Arbitrum, and then Flow. So currently, all these other projects are going up. Although ETH NFT volume is down 40% in the last 30 days. That's kind of surprising. So actually, let's see if we can switch this to all time. Yeah, so all time flow is 4th, but basically it's trending downwards. So I don't know why you would want to be in a blockchain that's trending downwards right now. So unfortunately, I don't think that's the place to be. But let me actually see why Cardano is actually going up. This is rather interesting. So all this is, let's do the last 30 days. I didn't even know Cardano really had an NFT ecosystem. All right, so, but anyway, yeah, so I would say right now, I would not be in flow. Technology is good, but they just have to deal through some stuff. So I would hold off. Okay, next question. What do you think of Zen, XEN? Is it a 100x coin or a shitcoin? Okay, so let's take a look. XEN, Zen crypto. Investor grade 64%. Okay, this looks relatively new. Trader grade is low, so not really a time to trade it. Yeah, so not much. I see it's up almost 280% in the last 2 weeks. Let's actually go to the website and take a look. Okay, it's asking me to connect my wallet. I do not want to do this. No. Actually, maybe let me just connect some random wallet. Give me 1 second. Okay, so yeah, what exactly is this anyway? Okay, Explore Zen Universe, ETH, BSC. Okay, just it's an Ethereum EVM, it looks like. Info. Okay, I'm not sure what exactly this is. But so I'm sorry, I can't really answer this too much. And the Twitter goes to a guy's Twitter. First, Google backend architect. Why is the blockchain going to a guy's Twitter? There's no Zen Twitter. Yeah, that's just I guess something I would want to understand better. But I mean, just based on this, I mean, trading this at the moment, I think it's relatively new, or we don't have enough data on this. So I would just be careful with any new projects. All right, so with that being said, next question. Ian, can you give us an update on Sparkster? Unfortunately, a lot of our money is stuck, and even if Saj pays back the 30 million to SEC, he will still have a lot, 20 million at hand. I mean, so unfortunately, I can't really comment on that because obviously I'm dealing with the legal issue as well with that, right? So I can't comment on ongoing legal case. But I mean, the SEC has charged them with fraud, right? So, and the SEC is in the process of doing all that. That's all I can really say, right? They basically lied to everybody, myself included. So unfortunately, can't really comment too much on that. Okay, so what does Token Metrics say about AGIX? AGIX, let's take a look. AGIX, Singularity Net. Okay, investor grade is up 12% in the last week or so. It's now at almost 71%, so it is trending up. Technology is decent, fundamental is okay, valuation could be better, so slightly, so it's kind of overvalued. If we go to trader grade, trading this right now is not ideal. It actually turned bearish, March 28th. So last week, basically, it's down about 20% in the last 2 weeks. So I mean, the top is kind of in. Although looking at this, you're better off just holding this than trying to trade it. This is what this tells me, based on this performance. So I mean, the AI narrative has been big, but looks like the top might be in. So that's what that tells me. Okay, moving on to next question. I have to ask, what's the next potential 100x coin, or none as of yet? Obviously, I'm biased, but I would say the next 100x coin is the one our team has been heavily involved as contributors to. I would say that's Astra DAO. That's why we've been working on it. But the good thing about it is it was an airdrop given out to the community. And for those who don't know, let me just I'll go through why I'm very bullish on Astra DAO. Obviously not financial advice, but why I'm definitely biased being part of the contributing team and everything. Right? And I am a large token holder in this, and I have been also buying and accumulating and staking and being part of the LP pool. Basically, I mean, I have put in more than 6 figures into Astra, right? So it's something I personally believe in. But we actually had an AMA yesterday on the Astra DAO Twitter space, right? But in terms of what we're building a platform that lets anybody create their own index, right? So why this is powerful? What we plan to do is create passive ways for people to invest in crypto. So let's take a token. Let's take ERC20 token, right? So let's say you want to trade Bitcoin, right? So because it's built on Ethereum initially, we can represent Bitcoin using Wrapped Bitcoin, which is backed by Bitcoin, but it's on ERC20 token. So let's take the trader grade, for example. Let's say we create an index, an index pair of Wrapped BTC and a stablecoin like Tether. So basically, using the Token Metrics data API, this is where the partnership between Token Metrics and Astra DAO and Token Metrics Ventures comes into play, right? So the first part is using our data API that I mentioned earlier. Anybody can access this by going to developers.tokenmetrics.com to read the documentation on the data API. But if you can also access this directly on the platform by going to data API. But basically, going back, apologies, I'm just kind of jumping around. One of the things we want to do is build an index that's fully automated using our data API and Astra DAO index on chain. When this turns bullish, when it turns green, the signal, buy WBTC. When it turns bearish, sell to a stablecoin, sell to Tether or USDC. So back and forth, it goes back and forth. So imagine being able to follow along this signal from Token Metrics using our AI directly on Astra, being able to invest Ethereum or stablecoin capital into that signal, have it be automated, and you're passively investing and trading in crypto. So the plan is to launch with the top 5 traded tokens on Uniswap. So if I go to, let's say, info.uniswap.org, I'll show you. Right, so right now the top traded tokens, not counting stablecoins. So we have ETH, Wrapped BTC. We've got Uniswap, 1inch, surprisingly, and Matic. Right, so let's say we take those tokens, right? Let's take Matic, for example. Right, let's say you wanted to trade Matic using our AI signal. You'd basically invest in the Polygon Matic index, and it will be fully automated. So right now it's bearish Matic. So based on the signal, it would be in stablecoins. So you don't have to bother with trying to manually trade or invest in crypto. You can just invest in this index for an individual token, right? So when Matic turns bullish, it buys, you buy, right? And it's all part of the index, right? So it's taking AI and AstroDAO, basically our AI data API for tokenmetrics, plus the AstroDAO index marketplace, and allowing you to passively invest in crypto using our signals. So I think this is going to be a huge game changer to build wealth in crypto, right? So that's one aspect of it. Then we also plan to launch other indices that aren't just for tokens. So we can create a basket of indices. So let's say I want to get 10 Ethereum-based tokens, build a portfolio, and call it the Balina portfolio or the Token Metrics Ventures portfolio, because TM Ventures will also be involved in terms of launching its own portfolios on the platform. And anybody in the world can co-invest with me in the portfolio. So I think that's great as well, right? So you take all this, and if we go to CoinGecko, I'll tell you why I'm I'm basically betting a lot on this between with AstroDAO. Right, this is basically our profile on CoinGecko. Right, so FTV is under 10 million, right? And it's basically a new project. It is very illiquid, but we do have a liquidity pool on Uniswap that actually has a lot more than that. But there hasn't been much activity because we've been building. We've gone through 3 audits. We just put out the 3rd audit that is available somewhere. Let me go to the Git book. Yes, so if you go to the Git book, docs.astrodao.org, this gives you all the different, let's go to security audits. So we've gone through lots of audits. So the first audit was by Halborn, a well-known company in the space. Second was by Hacken, and third one was by Quill. So we've gone through 3 audits. We published the audit this week, and the plan is to launch Astra with these indices, everything fully automated, in 1 to 2 weeks. So basically this month, we're doing the relaunch of Astra on V2 on Ethereum proof of stake. And I will be building my own index and also Token Metrics and TM Ventures that anybody can co-invest with us. So if you take this project, right? So CoinGecko, we have to update this to show kind of how the whole space is in terms of asset allocators. Let me go to asset. Where's asset? Asset manager category. Let me. Okay, let's add FTV. Yeah, so basically you have all these other projects with 94 million FTV, 45, 43. But I'm just very confident with what we've been building, and also with the community we have. And we haven't really been marketing this project, right? So now that we're actually going to be launching it, people can create indices manually. People can also automate the whole process. So you basically have an asset allocator on Ethereum. You have, obviously, the AI narrative has been trending, but we've been building AI for the last few years. This is not something where we just slapped AI on top of this, right? We've been building tokenmetrics, building the data API, building AstroDAO, and now people will see how all this works together in tandem, fully automated, right? So in terms of other projects that I would say are competitors, yeah, I would say Enzyme is one. This is kind of a index marketplace for fund managers. You have DHedge, Index Cooperative. What was the other one? I think, was it Singularity DAO that had indices? There was a different project. Was it SDAO? It might have been Singularity DAO. Let me just. Yeah, I think it was SDAO. Yeah, DeFi AI portfolios, right? So yeah, so basically you have these other projects, right? And they have 60 million FTV. Now, actually, if we go to DeFi Llama, category is going to be. Okay, why is this not working? Okay, so the category is. Just give me a few seconds here. Yeah, indexes. Yeah, so basically this is the market right now in terms of indexes. So it's still a very new market. You have said protocol, the largest, with about 90 million TVL. Okay. And you basically go down all the way down here, right? So I think based on the partnerships we have with Tokenmetrics, the data API and everything, and the fund, and then also our network and community, we can get a lot of traction, right? So looking at all these projects, most of these are small, right? Less than 6 figures in TVL, right? So assume like, I think we can get to over 500,000 TVL easily by next month. That's kind of our target. And I think TVL wise, we can get into the top 10, then top 5. All right. Obviously, we'd have to have a lot of support from the community, but I think it's possible. All right. So if we can become a top 5 project in TVL within a few months, that'll be great. And I think it's easier to do that if we can just automate the whole process between taking all the different signals we have here and launching different indices. So nobody has to wait for somebody to manually create an index. We can just automate the process with the data API. So that's why I'm bullish on Astra. And let's see what the questions are here. Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of why I'm bullish on Astra, right? But as mentioned, I am biased, right? I have been involved in the project as a contributor, and I'm also on the board. But that's why I'm on the board, right? I think relative to the market and other projects, I think we have great partnerships to make all this happen. We have other people out there that are also involved. We'll be welcoming others to create their own indices as well. This is a community-run project. It's open source. It's owned by the community, right? There is no CEO of Astra, but I think this is the future of crypto, right? Being able to passively invest in crypto. So very, very bullish on Astra. So for me, obviously, I'm still actively investing, right? I'm a partner at Tokenmetrics Ventures, and I also have my own capital in TM Ventures, and we're actively investing into the VC space. We made 4 investments last month, mainly from ETH Denver. Actually, no, I'm sorry, 3 investments with some in the process of closing. So we're actively investing. But if I had to choose one that's on public markets that I think is undervalued, it's obviously the project we've been working on and haven't been talking too much about. But anyway, that's my spiel on Astra. What are your thoughts on .btc domains? Honestly, I haven't heard of people using them too much, if any at all, honestly. I've heard more of .eth domains, not so much .btc domains. So, I mean, unless you're doing something that's purely tied to Bitcoin, I mean, it might make sense, but I'm more bullish on .eth domains than .btc domains. Okay, we answered all the questions? Okay, I guess we've answered all the questions. All right. Yes, we have. All right, so let me just close this and go back to the chat. Okay, let's see what questions are in the chat. What is your opinion on Morpheus Network, MNW? MNW, let's take a look here. Investor grade is neutral, could be better. Yeah, fundamentals on tech, not good. Trading this, not good as well. Signal turned bearish March 27th. And it's pretty good alpha on the signal. It has a high Sortino ratio. So right now is not really a time to be trading this. That's what I would take from that. All right. Snowing in Switzerland. I've not been there in a while, but one of the best places I've been for snow. I was there in Davos back in 2019. There's a crypto conference there, or crypto side events. It was pretty good. ICX has been ripping. Is there a South Korean narrative happening? I believe so. When I searched for Icon on Twitter early in the week, there was some kind of narrative. If you just search for ICX hashtag, we'll show you what's happening. Okay, not. Okay, I'm seeing just lots of traders here. Okay, Icon is trending in terms of searches on Binance, but I'm not seeing the fundamental reason why it's pumping again. I'd seen it earlier in the week. There was some kind of, okay, it looks like there's a Korean article here. The government announced that it will carry out a total of 12 blockchain public and private support projects this year, led by the Korea Internet and Security Agency. Okay, so why is ICX pumping? BTP rollout soon, Xcall messaging service, enterprise ready via parameter. So it looks like something is happening in Korea and Icon. South Korean traders have recently shown a renewed interest in digital assets as the news of a proposed local digital assets bill created a buzz. Okay, so some kind of regulation is happening. Looks like government is more bullish on blockchain, and people are thinking Icon is going to be a part of that. So that's what I would say is happening. Hi, Ian. Kindly let us know your portfolio backs, please. Well, I mean, I'm holding Astra. I'm holding ETH. Actually, hold on. Just give me 1 second. Let me see if I can just get this. Metrics.com. Just give me a second here. Yeah, so in my portfolio, I have Ethereum, I have Tether, USDC, Helium, AstroDAO, Avalanche, and some Solana. So those are basically the majority of my holdings. Then I also have an investment in Token Metrics Ventures. I have NFTs from basically, I have Other Side, I have Mutants, Bored Ape, Astrobots. Actually, I also have some Raptomatic and some Wonderland. And because if you go to tokenmetrics.com/disclosures, it has all the disclosures in terms of my investments. Let me just, so you guys can actually see this. This gets updated, I would say every few months, but anybody can go and just see my portfolio, right? We do have to update because we have past team members on there as well. You click just to view team holdings. It's taking a while to load. Okay, yeah, so then I'll just go down here to Ian, and this shows the holdings. And yeah, so that's basically it. People don't read charts. Cardano chart is looking the best. Cardano chart. Let's take a look at TradingView. Yeah, I mean, it is turning bullish. This green zone is bullish. So that's why I chose it as coin of the week. If I had to choose from that list of tokens to trade, that's what I would trade. Because somebody's very bullish on BTC DeGods. Yeah, I've been hearing lots of good things about it. Okay, let's see what other questions we could answer. Cardano NFTs have been a thing for 2 years now. Pretty solid. Okay, good to know. Okay, Zen Crypto made Ethereum deflationary and is similar to Bitcoin and has an L1 called X1. Zen is decentralized, no IDO/ICO, transparent, and no admin keys. You will most certainly hear about Zen soon. I mean, I would say then I think they should update on CoinGecko because the Twitter goes to an individual guy's Twitter page, right? So it's not really decentralized. If that's the case. Who was eligible to get the Astra airdrop? I've been a Tokenomics member since 2020 and never got the airdrop. So basically, there was anybody who was on the newsletter and in the community, emails were sent out, and then you had to go through KYC. So only those who passed KYC got the airdrop. Which subscriptions give us access to the top tokens you are accumulating for the next bull run? Okay, so if we go to token, let me just go to Tokenomics. I'll go to the pricing page. So I would say we have different levels of Tokenomics. So we have the basic plan, we have advanced plan, and premium plan. Basically $20 a month, $100 a month, and $300 a month. So the page, all plans get access to that, and the ratings, and the trading view indicator. If you want the visual trends and all that, advanced and premium gets that. But the best plan is the premium plan. That's the one where we have a weekly webinar every Wednesday. Basically, I just go through and just do a private call with our customers, and we basically share everything. So there's that. Then there's also, if you're an Astrobot holder, so if you subscribe with the NFTs, which you can buy on OpenSea, and right now they're a steal. But we also have on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, a Astrobot call on Zoom where I go through and basically answer questions from Discord and also cover the market. And right now, so this includes basic all the way to premium NFT holders for the Astrobot. Right now, it is a steal. Right, Astrobots are basically lifetime membership NFTs to Tokenomics. And currently, the floor price for Astrobots is actually very, very low, right? So this is why I'm saying it's a steal. Currently, it's like 0.17 ETH. You can get lifetime access to, obviously it depends on the plan, right? But for basic plan, like I think just using that just to get onto the Astrobot call for alpha is pretty good. So that's what I would be doing. Is there a link between Astra DAO and Astrobots? Not really. I mean, but Astrobots is lifetime membership to Tokenomics. Astra DAO is a DeFi index protocol. Tokenomics was did incubate Astra DAO. So how is the Astra token incorporated? Use case for the token. So token is used for several things. One, for governance, so basically voting in the DAO. Two, for staking, rewards, and all that. And then three, I would say especially rewards, right? So basically, if you invest into, you can read about all this directly on Astra. And basically, let's say you create an index, other people come and invest in that index, and you share on the upside, right? So as an index creator, you basically earn fees on the profits. So let's say index that was in price, it makes 100%, 20% fees on the profits. Is split between the index creator. Index creator gets 80% of that 20%, and then the rest is given out to everybody else that's staking on the platform. So we think the incentives for this are very, very good to give everybody skin in the game and to give them incentives, the right game theory, to think long term. But I encourage you go check that out. Can you take a look at Moonbeam? Shouldn't Moonbeam take off if Polkadot takes off? Actually, good question, because it is part of the Polkadot ecosystem. So let's look at Moonbeam. Okay, investor grade. It's currently in green, but it's not quite taking off yet. Okay, if we go to trader grade. Okay, trader grade is very, very low. Still bearish. So it looks like this takes a while to move relative to Polkadot. If we go to correlation, it's actually not correlated with Polkadot because you would expect it to have a high correlation with Polkadot, but it does not. So I would say actually, if Polkadot takes off, Moonbeam will not take off. What's your opinion on Radix XRD? I think it's overvalued relative to other projects. All right, so XRD, I'm here. The FDV is very, very high. Technology is good, but FDV of 1.1 billion, very high. I think Injective is more undervalued. It's basically like a third the FDV. So if we come here, right, FDV about 600 million. So, and just as good, if not better, technology, and I think a larger ecosystem fund. So I think Injective relative to Radix is more undervalued. Can you make tokenmetrics rating page with the unlimited scroll? We had it in the past, but it was just taking a while to load in terms of just loading things on the page, but that's something we can look into. All right, what tokens did you buy as VC investment? We'll have a list on the updated Ventures website. We're in the process of updating the website, so stay tuned. But website is going to be ventures.tokenmetrics.com. We're just making some few updates, but ventures.tokenmetrics.com. And if you're a project out there building in Web3, feel free to reach out to us. We're always looking for new projects to invest in. And it will be under portfolio. So this is in the process of being updated, but that's where we'll keep the list. All right, so with that being said, this has been a great stream. Let's wrap it up here. So as we like to say,
We just landed on the moon in a Lambo.
happy Good Friday.
Taking pictures with the zoom and
Stay safe out there. Crypto market is tough at times like this, but there's always a bull market out there. And leverage tokenmetrics.com. And soon to be also astrodao.org to find alpha in the space. As mentioned, we're working on automating the whole process using AI and giving people a chance to build generational wealth in crypto. Obviously, crypto is risky, but we want to give you a place to navigate that with the right tools and the right research and the right data. So with that being said, check it out. I'm very, very excited for the relaunch of AstroDAO, and I'll be looking forward to creating my own portfolio on the platform and having everybody out there co-invest with me and also with Tokenmetrics Ventures directly on the platform. That being said,
we just landed on the moon in a Lambo.
the moon is not the limit to the moon and beyond. Thank you.